Alright, here we go. We're back with another one. Welcome to another timeless video where we're taking a look at a build of Death and Taxes. Now, I'll kind of start off by saying that I'm definitely not one of the notable faces in the Death and Taxes archetype scene, so take what I say with a grain of salt today. But I'm going to be doing my best attempt at a little bit of a timeless homage to this archetype, which is a very cool one. If you're not familiar with Death and Taxes, really the overall theme here is making your opponent's life a little bit worse by getting out ahead of them as soon as possible and giving them problems. In a lot of builds of these kinds of decks, we're going to be working with Thalia, Garden of Thraben, and other ways that we're able to tax our opponent's mana. Maybe we resource denial with land hate. Maybe we, tax their spells here and there. Sometimes you'll run the 1 mana white counterspell, things like this. But another very big theme in these kinds of decks is they run a lot of these tiny creatures that can be tutored up with Recruiter of the Guard, things like this. They'll often run equipment packages through Stoneforge Mystic, and generally we'll have a lot of creatures that can hold their own in battle, like our first striking flying White Orchid Phantom. Obviously, this also is going to be a little bit of the land hate package. We'll have things like Giver of Runes to protect our field while making our opponent have to attack into not certain blocks. Esper Sentinel gives us some card advantage, so there's a lot of ways to really break parity here. We're also a Yorion deck, which is why you'll see a lot of these things have ETB effects. Solitude, Witch Enchanter, Skyclave Apparition, Recruiter of the Guard, Extraction Specialist, not Archon, White Orchid Phantom is one, Samwise, Stoneforge Mystic, Thalia basically facilitates a lot of the stuff too, and then that's pretty much it. So a lot of creatures that do things when they come in, a lot of ways to limit our opponent's resources. I mentioned Archon of Emeria, which is just a very good card at doing this. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn on basic lands enter tapped. We want to hit our opponent's mana. We want to do that while we are destroying their lands. We want to make sure that they can't cast spells that get them out of the lock. You kind of get the idea. So what we're playing here is a bunch of solid cards and then 2 little packages. We have tiny little creatures that want to be blinked. These are all the ETB ones that I listed earlier. Solitude, kind of an important one here. And then we're really running around Thalia and Yorion as our blinker effects. We're going to then also be trying to get into our other package, which is going to be Stoneforge Mystic, which is going to be our equipment package. You're going to see some things that are missing from the other Death and Taxes archetypes, or the other Death and Taxes builds. If you play things like Modern or Legacy, you'll have things like Cauldron Complete and things like this. But unfortunately, in Timeless, we don't have those, so we have to work with what we've got here. We do get to play Lion Sash, which is typically a common build. This is our graveyard hate of choice here, tutorable with either Stoneforge Mystic or Recruiter of the Guard, which is convenient. We can also find Shadow Spear, which gives us some life gain potential in the late game. We can also find any one of our 2 swords here, and that will kind of round things out here. So not many hits, but we're really not meaning to hit a lot with Stoneforge Mystic. We just want to get some threats onto the battlefield that make each one of the creatures that we drop in the late game able to be suited up into a monster that they are going to have a hard time dealing with. Notably, I've picked Sword of Fire and Ice and Forge and Frontier here for their respective protections, red and blue on the Fire and Ice, and we get red and green on Forge and Frontier. This is going to help us with our Boros aggro metagame that we're in right now, which sometimes is hard to deal with. Other than this, it's basically these creature packages, and it's basically the equipment packages. Now, the other slight package that we have going for us here is going to be our land hate package. We have our White Orchid Phantoms that come in and destroy an on-basic land. This is going to be great against greedy mana bases. You can blink that with Yorion, Samwise, and Ephemerate. Giver of Runes also gives us protection, so we can keep that thing alive when our opponent inevitably tries to kill it. And it's not here, but right. Dustbowl and Ghost Quarter, another way for basic land hate. And then actually what I'm going to be doing here is making a last minute swap for some Restoration of Aganjos. That should be enough to find it here. And I'll probably just put the 3 that I own of this into play here, and I'll probably just end up making some cuts in order to fit these in. So you'll find the final deck list in its final form in the Moxfield description, or the Moxfield link below in the description. So look out for that. With that being said, though, this is going to be the Death and Taxes build that I take into the games today for the most part. Hope you guys enjoy this one. It should be a lot of fun. Before we hop in, though, make sure to like and comment on the video. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you in round 1 with our updated list. All right, just making a little update here. I shaved a Samwise, Esper Sentinel, and Ephemerate in order to make room for our 3 Restoration of Aganjos. This is just kind of relevant for us because we're able to discard and then return our White Orchid Phantoms or other problematic 2 or less drops to the battlefield. All right, yeah, here comes round 1 then. Here we go, round 1. Let's hope that it's a strong one. We have turn 1 Esper Sentinel, turn 2 Esper Sentinel, plus maybe Ephemerate, then we have some 3-drops to play. I'll just keep this hand and see what it feels like, although I'm not necessarily happy about not having strong 2-drops. We'll see what happens, though, because Recruiter of the Guard can find us a lot of the important cards that we need. We can even crack off of turn 3 Solitude if we need. Move to my turn, they reveal a Devourer of Destiny here, so we are worried about the top end of their deck. We will want to hit, with Recruiter of the Guard, our Spirit of the White Spirit of the Labyrinth, or whatever it's called. Anyway, they'll look at the top 3, exiled Archon, Cavern of Souls, Archon. How interesting. Well, let's see what's up here. Witch Blessed Meadow, so they are also on Witch Enchanter. Good to know. Let's drop a second Esper Sentinel into him for 1, see what's up. So we will be getting some cards if they decide to draw. And I hope that I can get a land myself here. That's going to be pretty important. I'll move to my turn here. Stoneforge Mystic will work. We'll just cast that pre-combat, see if they send this back to hand or remove one of my Esper Sentinels. We will take this. Let's take action. And what do I want? Do I want the Sword, the Lion Sash, or the Shadow Spear? This could potentially be a long game here. We know that they're ramping up to a Devourer of Destiny. That is probably going to be scary. White is unfortunately the one color that we can't get protection from. I am wondering if I should Lion Sash here. I think Lion Sash will be the long-term plan, and we can at least cast this next turn as well. We will attack for 2 here. I am interested to see if they have removal or a flash threat. They're trying to do something. I don't really know what it is. Are they pitching a Solitude? No, they're letting me go through. Okay. All right, very confusing holding up a priority there, but we get to move on forward. Archon of Emeria is the play here. That's completely fine. We'll actually just probably go with another Stoneforge Mystic while I can cast things from hand. Maybe it's a Solitude, maybe it's not, who knows. We will take action. And possibly I want the Sword of Fire and Ice here. Card advantage is nice, and a little bit of damage never hurt. Here's Uggin's Labyrinth. We want to kill that as soon as possible, once we can Recruiter of the Guard into something useful. Archon of Emeria does not attack. Here we go. So I think we just go Recruiter of the Guard here, or do we go Skyclave Apparition? I think we don't need to curve out into anything, so we're fine waiting. Recruiter of the Guard here is perfect. We will take action. Solitude eventually I'll need, but not for now. We are instead looking for... what was I looking for? I did say White Orchid Phantom was important. We do need to take out that Ugin's Labyrinth while it still has something exiled. No attacks necessary here. We are just going to play slow. Eventually this Fire and Ice can come out. Alright, there will be a Solitude taking out a Stoneforge Mystic. No, it'll be an Esper Sentinel. So they do have things to play. They're going to take my White Orchid Phantom, I'd suppose. They probably want to make sure that they don't lose their mana. It's actually very important for them that this doesn't get taken, because I could have ephemerated it as well. I can also just ephemerate right now into another one of those, so it's all good. Archon of Emeria. Do I block the Solitude? I think I don't block the Solitude. Thought Not Seer sitting on the battlefield eventually is going to be a problem. Not yet, though. We have a bit of time to work with. And we should be able to send them down to having not that much mana here pretty soon. So I go Ephemerate, one Recruiter of the Guard. We will take a White Orchid Phantom here. Where is it? White Orchid Phantom, yes sir. And, oh right, we only have one thing to play this turn. We will hold, and then I will Stoneforge Mystic on their end step. Good that we have activated abilities to work under this Archon of Emeria from. Okay, so am I blocking here? Probably not. On my upkeep, I will flicker Recruiter of the Guard. Okay, you know what? I think I'm happy to double block this Solitude and get a kill. See if that's allowed to happen. Sweet. We will retain one Stoneforge Mystic here, who can put a thing out onto the battlefield. Combat Thresher. All right. Let's see what's up with that. Let's put a Sword of Fire and Ice onto the battlefield here. Unfortunately, that will not be able to kill the Archon of Emeria, but we have some value eventually. We will Ephemerate the Recruiter of the Guard here. I think this will be nice to get a Solitude out with. Let's do that. Then we'll just Solitude exiling something. Or I could actually just play a Solitude straight up. No, I can't because of the Archon. And I've already cast a spell this turn, so it is what it is. Solitude will be pitch cast this turn, so I might as well equip this to, I suppose, Esper Sentinel makes sense. Recruit of the Guard, I think, needs to just chump block this next turn. And yeah, I don't want to re-equip. Stoneforge Mystic can put the Lion Sash onto the battlefield, which I can activate at any time, so I'll wait. No attacks necessary here because they have double strike. End turn, say go. Alright, and then we just kind of need to turn the corner here on their end step, taking out the Archon. Skyclave is also going to be pretty big on possibly like Combat Thresher or maybe Thought Not Seer, hard to say. They're large enough with their creatures that I am a little bit in danger here. We're going to go with the Solitude. Not yet. I think I'm going to need to take damage from the Archon. We can soak up 6 damage. We can go to 4. Suppose I go like this. They have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. The board could get wiped after this. I'd go to 1 if they have an Ugin. Alright, we're going to try it. Going to retain a little bit more of my creatures here. Guess I could have blocked the Blind Sash. We go to 4. What comes down now? Another Ugin's Labyrinth. We really want to get this White Orchid Phantom out. I don't think they played a spell yet this turn, so they got one more. There was no Ugin's Labyrinth that came out yet. They're trying to cast Devourer of Destiny. Luckily, they can't do it yet. That does make White Orchid Phantom a little bit worse, though. For 3 mana, they just don't want Recruit of the Guard or Skyclave to come out, and that's fine. Dust Bowl's kind of huge. I will... Should I pitch cast this or just hard cast it later? Life gain is going to be important at some point. First of all, let's activate Stoneforge Mystic. Get the Lion Sash out. And then now that these 3-drops can't be cast, I think they're just perfect to pitch the Solitude too. Get rid of Recruiter of the Guard. We'll take out the Archon. Alright, so that one's gone. Opponent goes to 22. We do get to attack with the Esper Sentinel, which is nice. Recruiter of the Guard here is kind of a bad draw, not gonna lie. White Orchid Phantom could work. Dust Bowl is an idea. So Dust Bowl costs me 3 plus sack a land, which could be the Dust Bowl. Then I have 2 left over, so I can do that. That will hit them off of being able to play the Devour if I take away a colorless source. So that is probably going to need to be a thing that happens. White Orchid Phantom, let's kill this. And then I'll debate on that Dust Bowl. They should have a Plains to bring back. And then Yorion might be a play. So either they have the second colorless to play Devour or they don't, and then I just get off scot-free. I'm going to just hope that I'm lucky. Let's move into combat. We'll attack with this. I'm not doing anything with Stoneforge, and the Lion Sash might need to be a blocker. Okay. We do get to deal a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, not to anything relevant. We will draw a card, and we have Ghost Quarter now. The sword can get re-equipped to Lion Sash. That doesn't really make it an effective blocker here. Chalice on 3 kind of just ruins me here. Let's take a Yorion flip. No, I think I need to put the sword on my first striking creature. Yeah, this has to happen because I can now kill the Thought-Knot Seer and not die. Okay. Eventually, I do need to Yorion pick up a Shadow Spear with my Stoneforge Mystic and then try to win from there. Got to dodge this colorless source here. Let's see if they have it. They don't, looks like. They'll attack all in. Okay, cool. They don't have interaction, which is surprising. And they actually don't even want to trade the Combat Thresher. That's surprising. This is a Thalia, which doesn't really matter for me. They're just getting another attacker on board. Completely fine. Thorn of Amethyst. It's all good. And then we have some eating that we can do at end of turn with Lion Sash. Exile from opponent graveyard, Ugin's Labyrinth. There's... Alright, cool. So Lion Sash can get a little bigger here. And I might want to attack with the White Orchid Phantom. I'm not totally sure. Swords to Plowshares is nice. Ghost Quarter. And then I almost want to buy the Yorion. White Orchid Phantom takes out the Thalia. And then I can exile the Combat Thresher most likely. Yeah, okay, I think this is good. So we're going to move to combat. I can grow the Lion Sash, but it's not enough right now. So we're going in with just the White Orchid Phantom. Alright, that'll be allowed to happen. We hit for 4 here. They go to 12. We probably should think about destroying that Ugin's Labyrinth this turn so that the Devour of Destiny doesn't happen. And it'll be the most effective probably to Dust Bowl. Do I have anything in the graveyard that is effective for restoration? I do. This would leave me with 3 mana left, which is enough to activate the Ghost Quarter, I suppose. Well, I can always activate this thing, so that's fine. Through Thorn of Amethyst, though, I will be able to cast both of these spells and activate Ghost Quarter. So let's do that. Restoration of a Gonjo. Yikes, that has a CMC2. Kind of forgot. It is all good. That'll be in the graveyard. We're going to Ghost Quarter their Ugin's Labyrinth. Make sure that the Devour does not come down. We can win a game off of White Orchid Phantom if it comes down to it. So I guess Swords to Plowshares on this Combat Thresher is the next order of business, unless I can end up holding my mana open for Lion Sash. Alright. It wasn't great, but it is not the end of the world. We do have a flyer. Darn, it's another Combat Thresher. That's not great. They draw. That's going to be most of their turn, though, I think. Okay. This Combat Thresher will attack. So we know that they do want to be attacking with this thing. Should I block? Stoneforge Mystic doesn't really have much of a purpose right now. I think I'll block. This doesn't have trample, right? Okay, it doesn't. Good. Alright, cool. And then I'm thinking that we just need to take out a Combat Thresher right now. I don't have another source of damage. I think it just kind of has to be something like this. You know what? I'm going to have a lot of mana on my turn. I can still activate Swords to Plowshares. Let's activate Lion Sash. Take their Ugin's Labyrinth, and we'll take their Thalia. Alright. I want to get this thing to a point where it can block the Combat Threshers, then we're really safe. Perfect. We can take out the Chalice of the Void. We'll have 2 mana left over only, though. Let's do this. Take out your Chalice. That's beautiful. Now we have access to 3 drops. Let's move in with the White Orchid Phantom, put them to 8. We have enough activations to make Combat Threshers survive. We'll deal 2 damage to them. Put them to 6. Sword of Fortune Frontier is just fine. Alright. We have Sacrificial Blockers. They have only access to 1 colorless mana. They'll draw a card here. Alright. 4 mana left. What can you do? So will this be an attack here? If my White Orchid Phantom connects this turn and they can't gain life, we win. Okay. I think that we definitely just want to kill one of those. I think I do put the Lion Sash in front. We can eat that and then 1 creature from our graveyard. I'll save the Swords to Plowshares. So we go 1, 2, and then stop after blockers, activate Lion Sash, take from their graveyard first, take from my graveyard second. I'm just assuming that they don't have interaction right now. We'll take the Restoration of a Aganjo. Basically just anything that's not a 2-drop, since that's the only thing we can reanimate from our graveyard. And cool, so we should be good. Lovely. And do they have another play here? I mean, a Wrath is on the board potentially. Just a Thalia. Okay, I think we're good then. We go like this, move to combat, swing in with the White Orchid Phantom. I would like to trigger and hit face. Alright, and we are going to win this one. That was an absolute slog here, but Death and Taxes really ended up catching up to my opponent. Alright, great round 1. Let's hop into round 2. Alright, here we go. This is round 2. We open with essentially 3 lands. Can do an early Esper Sentinel. I'm down. Solitude is our removal of choice if it comes down to it. Let's go Esper Sentinel to start. We'll pass. Alright, fine. And it's Guide of Souls, so we are playing the good old Boros aggro deck possibly, and this seems like it's going to be the Mardu Black Splash variant. I'm considering flashing in a Solitude at some point here. We want to set up for turn 3 restoration, which we don't currently have anything for. But we're likely to need to shock in this Witch Enchanter. No attacks, say go. Let's see what their turn 2 play is. Usually this deck comes out pretty hot. We'll need to get a lock piece down quick if we want to stop them. Archon of Emiria is going to be the nuts here. Possibly we just exile our whole hand here with Solitudes, but we'll see. Oh, 4-color. Satoru the Infiltrator. When things enter, you draw if they were free. Got it. I think I'd rather that they don't have that. So we will, in response to this, we will evoke, getting rid of our other Solitude. Take out Satoru. And we are fine losing the Solitude here. They'll gain their 1 energy here. And we are going to have a tapped Castle Ardenvale. Well, okay, here we go. We're just working on getting our game plan moving. And I think for now, I'm just going to hold on and use Giver of Runes defensively. Don't need to get a 1 damage attack in anytime soon. Guide of Souls number 2, sure. Amped Raptor, that's a problem. We will see what they find. Hopefully it's nothing great. They should be able to cast most things. It's just a Ragavan. Could be worse. Alright. Well, I'll be able to get one of these lands in for free. Guide of Souls is going to become a flyer. That's annoying. You got it, though. They can only activate once. So the beats are coming down now. We go to 12. Discarding Lion Sash gets me that in for free. Discarding Castle Ardenvale gets me a land for free, and I basically ramp a little bit. I think I'll just buy my Yorion. Alright, there's a Lion Sash. And we'll put one of these out, buy the Yorion, grow the Lion Sash. Problem is we're going to die to Guide of Souls here. And I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about it. Restoration of Aganja will flip, and that will be big, but we just need to kill this Guide of Souls, honestly, and avoid them getting more energy. There are full 5 colors here. They got Deathrite Shamans as well. It's problematic for my Giver of Runes, honestly. Alright, so things are coming in. I will give the Esper Sentinel protection, I suppose. What will they make flying? Ragavan. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we will block here. After blocks, give her runes, give protection. That thing is red. And then Lion Sash will eat something from one of our graveyards. I suppose it'll be this one. We don't want to give them mana. So we're at 3 now. If we don't find removal for Guide of Souls and Ragavan, we die. So I think we might be dead. Risen Reef also in this deck. Well, they've shown us a lot of value today, so can't really argue with that. Although I'm not really seeing much of a combo here. And does a Yorion really help me at this situation? Yorion is a blocker. I suppose I can re-get my Architect of Restoration. Yeah, it's just not very good. I die in the air no matter if I play Yorion or not. Brutal. Alright, well, we'll get the Yorion out. And get the Architect of Restoration to do its thing again, but other than that, none of this really makes sense to blink. Unfortunate here. We're just not going to quite get it. We will not attack here. We will end our turn. We will be able to at least search for basic planes, which is convenient. So if they just attack with this Ragavan, we are dead. And I think that that's definitely happening. Just needed one more flyer. So we'll move to combat here. Primal Prayers. What are we doing with this? This is... I see. This is Storm with Guide of Souls and Primal Prayers. Pretty cool. Have not gotten a chance to play this card yet. This is pretty sweet. Bowmasters can do whatever. We're going to at least give this guy protection. Why not? Yorion will probably need to die anyway. It's black. We are functionally just about dead to Deathrite Shaman as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways that we die here. All right, and we're just going to make no blockers here. They have us. Yep. And we'll just pass through here. So that will be our round 2 done. We'll move into round 3 here and hope for another win. All right, here we go. This is round 3. Opponents kind of roped me here for a little bit, but we have opened up a hand that eventually does get us somewhere. We're looking to play Stoneforge Mystic into either Restoration or Archon of Emeria. Ideally, we'll have drawn a 2-drop for Restoration by turn 3 or 4. Polluted Delta. Will we be reanimating early? Well, they're playing Aluris, so it's not looking like there's anything big coming down right away. I'm curious to see what this is. Blood Crypt. Death's Shadow, maybe? Thoughtseize. Will they take my 2-drop or will they take a more impactful 3-drop? Maybe they even take Wrath of the Skies. Let's see. It will be the Stoneforge Mystic. That kind of makes sense. Alright, well we have a Giver of Runes here. And we're ready for a turn 3. DRC. Don't see many of these as of late. Probably looking like... Okay, wow, interesting. So yeah, black, red, blue. I get the feeling that this is probably going to be Death's Shadow. Stam-wise is pretty nice. We unfortunately don't have anything to discard right now. Wrath of the Skies also is pretty nice. I'm not going to crack it yet, but it is probably a good one eventually. I think we go Archon here. Archon hurt their lands. Giver of Runes protects that now. And then we just play a slow game. Watergrave intapped, even though they shocked it. That's beautiful. Will they play Death's Shadow here? They will. So Wrath of the Sky is about to be pretty darn good. We will eventually wait for a situation where we can drop our Giver of Runes. And we just kill all the 1-drops. Now with 2 Giver of Runes, I do have some pretty good blocks available. We're definitely going to Restoration. I believe that because this is when you do templated, my opponent doesn't have a response to Deathrite Shaman away the thing that I discard, but we're about to find out next turn if that's true. And of course my own Archon means that I can't put a Giver of Runes into play as well. I'm fine to attack here. They're getting a little worse for wear here. It's fine if the Death Shadow gets a bit big. We'll take probably 1 hit like this. They will take mana here. Okay, what color and why are we doing this on the end step? Kill my Giver of Runes? Looks like it. They can target themselves with this to grow the Death Shadow. Okay. And we'll pass. So they're looking for a big hit here. I'm probably just chump blocking the Death Shadow, then killing everything with CMC 2 or less. Okay. Yes, I think I go like this. And after blocks, we can give protection. If it really even matters. It doesn't really matter at all, but might as well do it. And then we probably want to give it pro black. Black or red, one of the two. I think black is more likely. Alright, we go to 15. They're at least at 9. We can discard a card. Do I even want to do that at this point? Not really. I'm going to just wipe their board here. Yeah, we will decline this one. Alright, Wrath of the Skies, let's cast for X equals 2. Memory Lapse, that's pretty nice. We're fine to lose our Archon of Emeria if it comes down to it. They have an Unholy Heat here. And yeah, we're definitely just blocking at this point. I need to find removal for their Luris at some point, though. Archon of Emeria is kind of functioning as that right now. I think I want to eat DRC or Deathrite Shaman if they all attack. Death Shadow goes to 6 power. It looks like this might be an attack for Fatal Push, so I don't block. There'll be another Bowmaster with this. That was the idea. Alright, it's not over yet. We'll get our Restoration of the Ganjo back here. I have another Wrath of the Sky. Or yeah, that's the same Wrath of the Skies. I knew about this. We have to cast this for 2. Another Memory Lapse would be pretty brutal, but I think we should be allowed to have this one now. Really, do they have second Memory Lapse? That would be surprising to me. Alright, well, if they have it, they have it. Okay, they're just giving us some death. Alright, cool, so that's their board about done for. We get to attack, put them to 5, and if we're able to get through, we should have Giver of Runes to make things work. Brain Surge. Okay. That is a very, very big brainstorm. Now, what were these 3 cards that they found? They seem to have not found anything, so let's attempt to Thalia here. Thalia seems to resolve, and we're actually going to get through and take round 3. I did not think that that was going to happen. They amassed a huge board, and it took us 2 board wipes, but we were able to make it work. That is when Memory Lapse instead of Counterspell does hit you, or Mana Drain rather. But we'll take it. That is a good round 3 win. Let's hop into round 4 and try to continue for one more. Alright, here we go. Round, what is this, 4? Yeah, this is 4. Okay, we actually do get a White Orchid Phantom in our opening hand finally. We get to see Extraction Specialist for the first time in this series. Basically just a similar situation with a Ganjo where we get something back for free. Although I'm not sure we're going to even be able to get this White Orchid Phantom out. That's kind of a problem. Solitude can exile Skyclave Apparition in a pinch, and it's not the end of the world. Let's give it a try. Alright, we'll take damage. We'll get our turn. Hey, it's a Ganjo, we're fine. Drop a white mana, say go. And we are killing this Lonely Arroyo next turn, it seems. Plains. Resolute Enforcements. Alright, fine. We are getting aggro up in here. I don't mind. Is it worth a Solitude? Probably not. Archon of Emeria might be kind of a move. Here is a Ganjo. White Orchid Phantom. Kill Lonely Arroyo. Take them off blue. This could be soldiers or humans. Let's see if they play basic blue. Probably do. Alright. They know what's up. So we'll end turn. We're pretty good against attacks here because of White Orchid Phantom. could be nice of us to just turn 3 extraction specialists, so I'm kind of down to take a trade here. They should not attack here. They are smart. Shall I hold on to the Solitude? Yes, I will. Witch Enchanter. So this is turn 3. I can either Extraction Specialist or I can Skyclave. Skyclaving this Valiant Veteran is probably strong. Let's do that. Skyclave. Make your board smaller. Attack for 2. Alright, 10 turn clock. Let's see what our opponent's got for us. I'm starting to feel like Archon of Emeria could be a good move. Valiant Veteran again. You got it. I don't bother with blocking here. This is a good attack for them. They should take it. Yep. We go to 15. Opponent's still at 19. We can hold the Witch Enchanter, or we can play it. Nothing in the graveyard to play. Archon of Emeria could be nice. This is a good flyer, so I think I'll just block this, put this in tapped. Archon of Emeria. Say go. If we ever end up with extra mana, we'll just use it to buy our Yorion. Roaming Throne. Alright. Gonna make your soldiers cost a little less. You got it. Archon is gonna be a great blocker here. I wish they would attack, but they're not gonna. Wrath of the Skies. We have seen 2-drop, 2-drop, 0-drop, 2-drop, and then we can kill a 4-drop with Solitude. Solitude will be a good flash in, I guess, kill, but we can't kill the Roaming Throne. That sucks. Alright, well, it is what it is. We will work on killing that thing later. I will think about flashing in a Solitude this turn, or this next turn, rather. Or I could Sword in front. Oh, you know what? Sword could be good. Is that worth a play for me? I have played a land this turn. No Extraction Specialist to work with. I think we just flash in a Solitude. Bang, bang. Alright, we're even at 15. Siege Veteran. I believe I want to kill this prior to combat. Alright. Still want to get closer to killing this Roaming Throne. That would be ideal. Are we taking 5 here? That is a hard sell, my friend. I think I'm interested. We'll triple block and give them an opportunity. I then have Wrath the Skies if it just somehow doesn't go my way, and then we get things back with Extraction Specialist. So this is fine. I'm also down to gain a little bit of life here. If it Swords to Plowshares on my Solitude, that's kind of a big blowout, but like I said, we have ways around things. I would be 1 off the Wrath of the Skies, though, so that's something to think about. So we'll kill Solitude, but we will get the trade on Roaming Throne, and we're going to be left with this Archon of Emeria as well, which is a surprise to me. Swords to Plowshares is pretty great. We have nothing to take out of the graveyard currently with Extraction Specialist. I think I would just want to Sword to Fortune Frontier here, ideally hitting a land for my Swords to Plowshares. Pro Red and Green doesn't help me in this matchup, but a sword is a sword. Am I looking at Spell Pierce here, possibly? We will get our activation on the White Orchid Phantom. This now becomes a formidable clock. This might actually be Swords to Plowshares. I'm surprised. Surge of Salvation. Okay, fine. We just pass. We'll block. That was, I believe, prevent all damage that red or black. Oh, I could have attacked and gotten a trigger here. That's awkward. Will they take the Phantom? Darn. That's kind of annoying for me. If we find another Witch Enchanter, though, that's an ossification gone, and we do get that back, which is ideal. That will also just take out the Tranquil Cove, so things are fine. Okay, so based on the fact that they almost attacked, I don't think they have a way to buff at instant speed, so that's good to know. We know that there's no combat tricks, rather. Witch Enchanter, I think, is exactly the move right now. We will do this. Archon of Emiria still sticks around here. We will drag this game on as long as we can. Surge of Salvation. Things are hexproof now. Alright, that's fine. I am probably going to block here with my Archon. I am still reserving the possibility of a 2-mana... Oh, wait. This Wrath of the Skies completely blows out my opponent. Let's get it. Sure, you got it. And we move to my turn. I absolutely ruin them with Wrath of the Skies. Let's go. I would happily take 6. Alright, move to my turn. Yes. So we go Wrath of the Skies. We want to have... So, okay, I can go all out here, not hold up Swords of Plowshares, and then save 1 energy. I think I'm fine to just play X equals 2 here. We would like to pay it like this. This is all X equals 2. Beautiful. All right, nice. Pay 1, 2. And that is a big Wrath for us. We get to take Tranquil Cove. And now we begin moving forward. Archon of Emiria makes it very hard for them to rebuild here. And if they drop any non-basics, I can just Felia and rebuy this White Orchid Phantom. Valiant Veteran off the top, you got it. Let's just kill it now. And really start getting in with the attacks. Ghost Quarter is pretty good. Nothing to bring back here. I can Felia now and then think about Extraction Specialist at some point. Let's put this on the Witch Enchanter just so that we have a big ground body. We'll attack for 8. We get to exile the top 2, see if we find something. Sadly, we do not. It is what it is. Ghost Quarter can be activated, killing the island. Let's start to tax their lands. I could have done that on their turn, but whatever. And opponent still is here. They haven't given up yet. They do have more basics. So it looks like we're unfortunately up against a deck that Dust Bowl and Ghost Quarter will not be super strong against, but White Orchid Phantom is a problem for them. It looks like they might have found removal here or a board wipe even. A board wipe would definitely be the worst. But we are holding Extraction Specialist for that exact reason. It will be Ossification, and what will they take? The White Orchid Phantom. Okay. That is totally fine. We have, funnily enough, a line where we go Sword onto Archon. Attack with everything. Blink our Witch Enchanter. Pass. They go to 4. We hit our end step. Or, well, no, we're going to be able to do this first. We have Lion Sash. We'll grab things out of the graveyard at some point. Then we go to the end step. We get Witch Enchanter back. We take Ossification, getting our White Orchid Phantom. If they had a non-basic land, we would kill it. Alright. Might be the game here. Thinking that it is pretty likely to be. That is a problem, except for the fact that we have Swords of Plowshares. Alright, and we'll move to our turn here. We will get in, and that will be round 4. All right, well, we really hung in there and we came out on top. Round 5 coming up here. We have one more chance. All right, 5th and final round here. Let's end on a high note. 2 mana does cast a lot of the cards in my hand, which is nice, and if we really get into trouble, there's Wrath of the Skies. I'm interested. All right, we'll pass through. Say go. Thundering Falls. This is going to be a great time to White Orchid Phantom. Let's see if you play basics. Are you ready for land destruction? Okay. Will they find or will they fail? It's not often that you find decks that play literally no basics, so yeah, I was about to say. We'll end turn here. We then just have Felia after the fact. Hopefully we can take them off of their second color of mana. Scalding Tarn here. If they are smart, they will find something better than that. So let's go ahead and play an Agonjo. Well, we can attack first. Let's see if they decide to fetch and shock in something. Alright, we're allowed to deal damage here. We'll go for an Agonjo here, and then, you know what? A Lion Sash can be grown. I'm into that. More mana efficient this way. I considered playing Felia there, but who knows how disciplined they'll be with getting basics and not playing... Oh. Well, we might as well get an extra life out of this. We'll take their Thundering Falls. Alright. They got it, we pass. Scalding Tarn gets fetched. Will they surveil here? I hope they do, because we have more White Orchid Phantoms where that came from. They will. Oh, they're a tri-land deck as well. Okay. So we're definitely dropping this White Orchid Phantom if possible. At least Jeskai. Another Scalding Tarn here. We even get to go to our turn here, which is crazy. Here we go. Let's attack. Again, we're baiting out removal. Nothing to shock in, surprisingly. We want to do the White Orchid Phantom now. If they counterspell this, it's fine. If they tried to spell pierce it, it's fine too. And I gotta remember that Felia has flash and I can cast her on the end step. So we have Solitude and Felia sitting around. Scalding Tarn coming down. Do they find their counterspell now? We will see. They are at 14. Things are getting worse for them. They get a Meticulous Archive of all things. That's surprising. So they're going to be without red here. But they're going to fetch a basic red, so that makes sense. I am so surprised. They must have a 2 blue mana counterspell. Okay. Or they had a red land in hand. That makes sense. I will move to my turn after casting this Felia. They have probably a very vested interest in countering this. That makes sense. But I mean, even if that doesn't resolve, we still have 4 damage in the air, which is great. Now we have a Solitude that gets to come down, so that's also good. We'll attack, see if they play a blocker, and we'll be ready for anything. Galvanic Discharge is what it is. You got it. Alright, and we hold Solitude here. They have all the mana in the world here. What will they use it for? Flage. So let's see. Do I Solitude early? I think yes, I do. We want to make sure that we hold full control. I kind of messed up the controls for this recently. Here is Solitude hard cast. Alright. We'll kill their Flage. They'll gain some life, but at least he won't be able to come back. They did have some stuff in the graveyard, so he was another castable opportunity. Not this turn, but next. We can work on buying a Yorion. Or see what our top deck is. Mystic Sanctuary, that's annoying. Brainstorm, sure. And they will Leyline Binding into my Solitude. Okay, my turn. Ghost Quarter, that's not bad. Let's buy our Yorion, and we can activate Ghost Quarter, taking out their only red source here. Let's see if they have a basic red in the deck. Oh, they'll actually fail to find here, so we have... all signs are a go here in terms of taking them off of whatever color mana we're able to. Flage, largely uncastable here. Oh, never mind. They just had a mountain in hand. That was probably their one. Wrath of the Skies for 3 is going to be the move eventually. I could also just try to play Yorion, but I want to hold up on the Yorion for now. So we can get Wrath for 4. I probably want to get closer to a Wrath for 6, honestly. Will they find another red here? Tough. So Flage does come down. Yorion can be a sacrificial blocker. We'll have to see. Another land. We're 1 away from getting our Solitude back. I think I have to wait a turn. Oh, this is so brutal if it doesn't work out. All right, if we top deck a land here, I feel like this pays off. If we don't draw a land, then I'm down 9 life for no reason. Could be bad. Let's see what happens. All right, Felia. Not really who I was hoping for. I guess we have you. And then I can flash in a Felia. Alright, we wait for them to attack. Do they do anything funky? No, they don't. We'll flash in Felia. They don't have enough to recast here. We will attempt to double trade. Alright, it's fine. Worst comes to worst, Flage is dealt with. And they would have Galvanic discharged Felia anyway. Alright, 1 land here, and we are in an okay situation. Okay. That is actually exactly not death for me. We get this, we play this, we Wrath of the Skies for 3. That's all my mana. And then if they don't counter this, we are able to live. But I think they're going to manage me. Alright. So opponent will take us out here in round 5. Just not enough to make things work. Flage is definitely a very hard cookie to crack if you don't have enough Swords to Plowshares at your disposal. That being said, though, that brings us to the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one as we got to take a look at one of the lesser played archetypes in Timeless that, despite not being played very much, has a very, very long and storied history of the archetype in general. I'm always looking to see if we can bring this archetype into the Timeless format, and I think that we are getting kind of close here. Witch Enchanter does a lot for us. Obviously, all the new cards are a very big help. White Orchid Phantom, Felia does seem to be moderate to decent. White Orchid Phantom definitely one of the better cards, and if we only had a way to get it out a little bit quicker, I think that this archetype could be very legitimate in this format. With that being said, though, thanks for watching the video, and thanks for sticking around. Before you leave, make sure to like and comment on the video, which helps me a lot, and subscribe if you're new for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With that being said, I will see you in the next one.